Hey guys, so today the video is gonna be a little bit more different. We're gonna be talking about how the two of us met. So from my perspective, his perspective, how the two of us met as friends. Not dating, because that's what some of you guys think. We're not dating, we're friends. We don't want to make the video too long, so we're splitting this into two parts. First part this week is gonna be me talking. Next week will be Brandon's perspective, but we actually don't know what we think of each other. We don't know our first impressions of each other. We don't know everything from when we began to when we started YouTube. So it's gonna be interesting for us too. We have no idea what the other person's gonna say. And with that being said, let's get into it. I first met Brandon in grade 6 when we both transferred into the same elementary for a late French immersion. That's how I met him. My first impression of him, I don't think he knows, but I thought he was like a dorky, nerdy kid. You know, he's like he had glasses on, he plays MapleStory all the time, and it turns out to be right. He actually plays MapleStory all the time. As the year went on, he's quite the troublemaker. He got in a lot of trouble. But I didn't talk to him much in grade 6 and 7. I hung with more athletic people. He hung out with, I don't really know who, but we didn't really talk much. If we're the same group, we'll talk, but we're not really friends. We're not close friends. We're like acquaintances. So 6 and 7 were just acquaintances. Fast forward to grade 8. Grade 8 was pretty much the same thing, we got a little bit closer. We had a couple classes together. All I remember is that we had math class together, and I realized he was really bad at math. And I was really bad at math too. That's something common about us. I remember that, fun fact, he almost failed grade 8 math. But he's the type of person to, that meme when you ask like, what's 9 plus 10? He's actually the one to say 21, like he wouldn't know it's 19. If it wasn't for the final being canceled, who knows where he'd be right now. But 8, 9, practically the same thing, some classes together. But I started realizing how he is as a person. He's a caring person, you can tell. There's obviously ambitions and goals he wants to get to, or he wants to achieve. And I kind of put that in my mind, but I still didn't really talk to him that much. So grade 10, that's when I really noticed him, and I feel like he kind of noticed me. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but through this party, everyone's invited, everyone comes. And no one actually really knew him that well, no one, I think. And our school kind of had three main groups of people that, stuck in their own clique. But I was kind of around all three, so I wasn't particularly close with anyone, but I was friends with like everyone, And he was leaning towards more one group. And when he threw that party, everyone came, everyone got along, and then that's when I met him even better. I met his group, that's where Jeremy is. That's where Jeremy came from. And I started thinking which people I fit in more with, Obviously I liked everyone, but there was always that one group of friends that you fit in better with. So grade 11 comes, Brandon and I starts talking more and more. He has girl problems, I have whatever problems, life problems, we need advice, we'll talk to each other. Even though we weren't super close at the time, we still talk to each other, so that's when I realized, he's a guy that I want to be friends with, I want to get close with, He'll care about you, he'll respect you, the goals he wants to achieve, the place where he wants to end up to is really good. And it's good to have friends that, have something they want to pursue. That's when we start talking a little bit more, but at the same time, still not a lot. And then grade 12 comes, and the end of grade 12 is really where our friendship kicks off, I feel like. At the end of the year of grade 12, I had the summer and I was going into university, coming to Toronto for school, right? So I still didn't really talk to him much, but we got a little bit closer and I kind of just left. And I didn't really know how the friendship was gonna go. I didn't know if we're still gonna be friends. I don't know if we gonna drift apart. And I didn't really talk to him much throughout the whole time I was gone. So throughout the whole time I was gone, the first year, I come back and then we talked a little bit, But at the same time, I could feel when we met up, we were still like the same person. We're like low maintenance friends, the friends you want to have, where you have a friend that you're close with or fairly close with, you leave, you don't talk for a long time, but when you come back, it's like the same thing, same vibe, nothing's awkward, nothing's weird. We can go straight and talk about every single problem we have, every single advice we want, anything in our lives, and it'd be completely fine. You're able to trust the guy, he's there for you, and that's what you want in a friend, and that's what I saw in him. And then before second year, that's when we got super close. That's when the summer we started hanging out basically every single day. I started talking to him more and more. I found out his goals and interests, his ambitions, where he wants to end in life, and his destination in life, where he prefers to go. And it's pretty much where I want to be, but we had different ways to get there. But at the same time, we were really different. Our interests are really different. I like sports, he does photography and all that. But for some reason, we just clicked. You know, we clicked, we got along really well. And I realized that this is someone you want in your life. This is a friendship you need in your life. He has goals, he has ambition, he has nowhere you want to go, but at the same time, he's a fun guy, he's a respectful guy. You know, everything you want in a friend. And that made me realize that is when we started talking the whole summer, and we continued to talk even when I left for second year. And then he told me that he would come to Toronto to visit me. No one's ever came to visit me. He's the first person. He comes to visit me, and we hang out for like a week. We got to know each other even better, you know. He tell me every little thing, I tell him every little thing, and that's when we start discussing YouTube. And that's how YouTube happened. But you know, we can make another video if you want to know how exactly YouTube happened between us. But overall, the story between us is that we met in grade 6, didn't really know each other until grade 10. I started getting closer and closer, and I started seeing how he is, how respectful guy, caring guy, type of guy you want to be with. And then grade 11, grade 12, started getting closer and closer. First year of university, and second year, that's when we got really close together. We started being, you know, what I consider a true friend, and that's where we end up now.